Alright, and we are back, everyone. The boy who said he'd protect the girl as if trying to convince himself left after making sure she fell asleep. The girl, Mato Sakura, painfully moans in the darkness. She's not asleep. She only pretended to be asleep so that the boy, who was more tired than her, can rest. And she cannot afford to sleep anymore. She'll see that dream if she sleeps. She'll see something similar to her kill people. It's frightening. She doesn't remember what kind of dream she had last night. She doesn't remember why she was unconscious outside. So, it feels like she will never wake up again if she falls asleep tonight. She'll end up betraying the boy who held her close. The boy who threw away his self and believed in the weak and sly Mato Sakura. His decision is still hurting her heart, so she will not be able to see him again if she turns out to be like the dream. Yes. She has destroyed his mind to the point that it cannot be fixed. So she has to bear it. She has to stay conscious, not sleep, and never see that dream again. A person exists that will protect her. Even if she may be dirty and cowardly, she has to maintain control with all her might while she still remains. There's something that cannot be returned. She has committed a crime that she cannot atone for with the life that remains to her. He repeated it knowing there's no hope or future. Recalling it makes her cry. Half an hour ago, she was determined when he came to her room. She knows that he came to kill her. She's sensitive to the hostility of others. Even if someone comes to kill her in her sleep, she'll notice. But the hostility was empty. It's not that he's not feeling anything. It was painful emptiness, as if there was a big hole in his chest with cold wind blazing through it. That made her accept death. She thought the best possible outcome would be if only the boy were the one to stop her. But she was a coward, as she had known. She was ready for death, but she could not stop trembling. And she cornered him by saying something selfishly convenient. He embraced her. The boy still embraced her. They both knew there was no future, but he still put his arms around her knowing fully well what awaited them in the end. The boy still had determination. His embracing arms told her that he will accept the crime she committed and will commit. That's why it's sad. He can do it. She knew that from the start. The school in the sunset. The person that kept on running. The boy that changed her voice from give up to keep going. She has wished from that time to be with him, to be protected by him. Admiring him for no reason, she went to his house like her grandfather told her and made her wish come true. This is the result. As his life goes on, he will only continue to break down. But she admired. She finally understands why. The boy was beautiful in her eyes. He's different from her, who is a coward. She wished for him to keep his upstanding character. Yes, she remembers. She wanted to protect him. She wanted to protect the boy. She wanted to protect the clumsy but upright boy that she found in the setting sun. That's all she wished for. So why? Why did it turn out like this? And then, the girl makes her final resolution. She calls out into the darkness. The girl should be the only one here, but a woman appears like a ghost. It is Mato Sakura's servant, Ryder. She sighs, thinking it was close. Ryder puts priority on her master. Her decision is based solely on whether that person will kill her master, Mato Sakura. In that regard, Miyashiro was Ryder's enemy back then.
あの人を傷つけたらあなたでも許さない。
私の役割はさくらの守護です。彼があなたの敵に回るのなら、その時は使命を全うするしかない。あなたがどうなろうと、私は麻藤さくらを守るだけですから。
それは私が渡して亡くなってもということ。
There's no reply. It's something she shouldn't say. The worst possible scenario. Yes. Even if Emi Ashiro sides with Mato Sakura, if Mato Sakura recognizes Emi Ashiro as her enemy, he will become a foreign foe that must be defeated. The girl raises her body and clenches her fist. Ryder's statement hasn't angered her. She's just scared that the assumption might become a reality.
さくら、何をする気ですか？その体で魔術行使をしては。
Ignoring Ryder, the girl raises her hand in the darkness. The magical energy runs through it only for an instant. When the light fades, the only thing different is her left hand.
さくら、
最後の霊樹です。お願いライダー、この先何があっても先輩を最後まで守ってあげて。
The girl gives her final order. The command spell is gone from Mato Sakura's hand.
おじい様は私が止めます。これは私と麻藤の問題です。もう手遅れだけど、これ以上迷惑はかけられない。
The girl holds her chest as she coughs. Her eyes light up in the darkness. They are weak, but they are eyes of determination that belong to a magus. Servant Eater. I wake up at the same time as usual. It's before 6 o'clock. The day is dawning and the sky is filled with gray clouds again. I don't feel any pain from my left arm. There's no one in the living room. I should make breakfast before Tosaka wakes up. The news is on. It's becoming my daily routine to check the news in the morning.
特に目立った事件はないわね。昨夜は出てこなかったんでしょう。
She must mean the Black Shadow.
ああ、連日無休ってわけじゃなさそうだな。
I answer careful not to let my relief show.
そうね。100人単位の被害なんて2日続けて起きたらたまらないもの。
It's past 7. Tosaka and I are the only ones in the living room. Sakura and Ilya are both sleeping. I wanted Ilya to wake up and come, but Tosaka told me that she's tired and I should let her rest.
から、シローも今夜に備えて休んでおいて。
Tosaka says this out of the blue.
それはどうして？
だから、例の切り札の作成。なんとか今日中に骨組みができるから、今夜投影を実行するわ。で、成功次第造剣と決着をつける。これ以上犠牲者は増やせない。あの影が何であれ、造剣を倒せば聖杯戦争は終わる。得体の知れないあの影もそうなったら消えるでしょう。
遠坂、聖杯戦争が終わればあの影は消えると思うのか？
消えるわ。あいつの正体が何であれ、あれが聖杯目的で現れているのは間違いない。聖杯を欲しがっているのか、それとも聖杯に呼ばれているのかはわからない。けど、どっちにしたって原因は聖杯なんだから、聖杯さえなくなれば影は消えるのよ。だから、戦いさえ終われば影は消える。 聖杯戦争が期限切れになるか、マスターが最後の一人になるか、それとも聖杯の器になる者が死んでしまえば、あの影は消え去るわ。
遠坂、お前。
Already knew what the shadow is.
今のはただの推測よ。造剣を倒してもあの影は消えないかもしれない。聖杯戦争が終わってもあの影は消えないかもしれない。だから今は一番確実な方法を取る。手に入るかどうかもわからない聖杯なんかには頼れない。私たちは私たちだけの力で造剣とあの影を倒さないといけない。
Tosaka gets up. I don't know why, but she takes the water jug and pajamas to prepare for Sakura.
おい、何のつもりだよ、それ。
さくらの様子は私が見るわ。部屋も隣だし、あの子の看病は私の方が適任でしょ。
いや、さくらの看病は俺が。
バカ言わないで。白を一睡もしてないでしょ。そんな体でいられちゃ私たちが困るってわからない？
I didn't get any sleep.
それこそバカ言うなよ。昨日はちゃんと眠ったぞ、俺。
呆れた。自覚がないほど参ってたわけ？まったく。嘘だと思うなら鏡を見てきなさい。顔面蒼白で目にクマ作ってたら看病されるさくらだって気を使うわ。
それ本当か？
嘘言ってどうするってのよ。もういいからシローは部屋で休みなさい。夕方になったら呼びに行くから。眠れないなら手を貸してあげてもいいわよ。ライダーの真似事でいいなら丸一日前後不覚にしてあげられるけど。
Is the arm affecting him so bad that he thought he slept this whole time? Copying Ryder means copying her mystic eyes, but as far as I know, Tosaka doesn't have mystic eyes. In short, she's...
それは俺に実験台になれってことか？
正解。今まで興味はなかったけど魔眼も悪くないかなって。さすがにあんな離れ技は無理だけど眠りの暗示ぐらいなら即興でできそうだなって。
嘘つけ。何が魔眼も悪くないかなだ。お前単にやられっぱなしじゃ気が済まないから練習したいだけだろ。
いいじゃない別に。それでどうするのよシロ。やるの？やらないの？
やるかバカ。そんな物騒な実験には付き合えないし、だいたい丸一日寝込んだら明日の朝まで起きられない。
ああ、そっか。うまくかかりすぎたら睡眠じゃなくて麻痺になるものね。シロ、単純だからかかりやすそうだし。
Tosaka seems to be convinced. I want to object, but I stay quiet since she might test it on me if I do object.
まあ、それほど神経質ってわけでもないし、その気になれば簡単に眠れる。心配されるほどじゃない。
そう？ならさくらの看病は私に任せて、シローは部屋でおとなしくできる？
Then, Tosaka drops her joking manner and asks me with serious eyes. I want to be with Sakura, but I have other things to do and I can't let Sakura see me if I look as terrible as Tosaka says. I can trust Tosaka with Sakura's care, so I'll take her offer.
そうだな。じゃあ少し部屋に引っ込んでる。昼食と夕食は俺が持っていくから、それ以外は遠坂に甘えていいか？
ええ、さくらの看病は任せておいて。勝手に動き出そうものなら叱りつけて眠らせるから。で、そういうシローは本当に一人で眠れる？やっぱり一つ試してみる？
しつこいな。そういう危なっかしいのは却下だ。けどまあ、ありがとうな遠坂。 気を使わせて申し訳ない。
別に気なんか使ってないけど、それじゃあ私は行くから、シロもちゃんと眠りなさいよね。
Tosaka leaves in a hurry. Man, I don't know if she's perceptive or not, nor if she's a good person or a cold person. I hear geniuses tend to leave everyone else behind them, and I'm guessing that's Tosaka's type. Sakura has it tough. I'd never have peace of mind if Tosaka were my older sister.
まあ、それ以上に毎日楽しいんだろうけど。
Right? That's why I want them back to being sisters as quickly as possible. Sakura and Tosaka can be together again once the war ends and the promise between their families goes away. The 11-year gap won't be bridged that easily, but I want them to get close enough to laugh together over trivial matters. I'll do anything to help. I think this is the most I can do for Sakura.
ついでに遠坂もな。あいつに困った顔させられるの、今のところ桜ぐらいしかいないんだし。
Oh crap. I just imagined Tosaka smiling happily. I'm sorry, Sakura. Wait, does this count as being unfaithful?
いや、それはともかく。
I can't take it easy forever. Tosaka said she'll challenge Zoken tonight. That's bad. The war will end if we defeat Zoken. The Holy Grail will appear once the war ends. No, rather, the Holy Grail will be opened. Zoken said the Holy Grail is a gate. What grants the wishes is not the Holy Grail, but what's inside of it. If that's true, what will happen to Sakura, who is the Holy Grail? Ilya said that. Sakura loses her human functions as she nears completion as a Holy Grail. So there's only one way to save Sakura. Protect her until the Holy Grail War ends. I don't know how the Holy Grail War will appear. I don't know if it appears when there's only one master left, or if the last master summons it. There's no problem if it's the latter. I just have to defeat Zoken, and eliminate what's threatening Sakura and wait for the duration of the war. Tosaka said we'll challenge Zoken tonight. Then we can beat Zoken. If she says we're fighting, that means we have a high chance of winning.
となると、問題は一つだけ。
The Black Shadow. Beating Zoken won't make it disappear. It'll continue to surface as long as the Holy Grail Sakura exists. And it will take many lives every time. Waiting for the deadline means doing nothing about that shadow.
倒すしかない。あの影を俺の手で倒す。
That's the only possible choice. But can I beat it? If that thing came from the Holy Grail, the shadow should not have a concept of death. If I'm to eliminate it, I have to eliminate the projector, Sakura herself, or destroy the main body that's sending magical energy to the projector.
本体か。
I don't think such a thing exists. But I can't come up with any effective plans unless I assume so.
聖杯の中身。ゾウケンは10年前の戦いで砕け散った聖杯のかけらを桜に埋め込んだ。その時も中身なんてあったのかな。
Oh, wait a minute. Zoken said he made the crest worm from a piece of the Holy Grail.
琴峰。あいつはそのことに気がつかなかったのか。
No way. He extracted some crest worm from Sakura. He removed just a small quantity, but he treated Sakura's body. There's no way he wouldn't notice. He's the supervisor of the Holy Grail War, and he was one of the last surviving masters in the previous war. Then he should know what's wrong with her body. So much for resting on you, huh? I run out the door. Compelled by the sudden insight, I can only think about the priest.
どうしてもっと早く気づかなかった。
If I just thought about it, I would have seen it right away. The shadow that appears as Sakura's subconscious form. That man should know what's inside the Holy Grail.
あれ、今出て行ったの白のやつ。
Tosaka Rin wonders about the sound of the front door. She looks out the window and sure enough sees him running down the hill.
あのバカ、休んでろって言ったのにちっとも人の話を聞かないんだから。
She stops filling her prescriptions and gets up. Sakura's medicine is important, but stopping Shiro comes first.
バジ豆腐どころの話じゃないわよ、あいつ。自分がどれだけ弱ってるかまるで分かってないんだから。
She dashes down the stairs. She hurries to the entrance to quickly follow after Shiro.
その前に
She has to check on Sakura just in case. She hasn't given her the water jug or the pajamas since she was planning to bring them with the medicine. She hasn't taken her temperature either. Shiro's recklessness angers her, but she can't scold Shiro if she ignores Sakura.
まあ気配からして眠ってるんだろうけど
It's only been a minute. Shiro should quickly lose his breath, stop and rest at the bottom of the hill. He shouldn't even be able to run a kilometer in his condition.
何が厄介かって本人が気づいてないあたりが厄介なのよバカ
If she runs, she can catch up with them in no time. Or the people in the house right now, she has the most energy. It's natural that the strongest one looks after the weaker members.
さくら入るわよ
She goes in without waiting for a reply.
ちょっと外に出てくるすぐ戻るからおとなしくしてなさい着替えはここに置いておくから
She stops her sentence. And
やられたやってくれたわねさくら
Rin punches the wall hard enough to break it. Mato Sakura isn't in the room. The one in bed is not her.
見下げ果てた笑いだサーバントともあろうものがベッドで主人のふりをしてるなんてね
私も不本意ですが、これも命令ですので。ですがこれはあなたの不注意でしょう。私に責任を押し付けられては迷惑です。
Can we see an image of her on the bed? I want to see how humorous that would be.
言ってくれる迷惑かけてるのはあの子の方じゃない一方的に
She grits her teeth. Rin glares at Ryder with hostility and Ryder ignores her coolly.
遠坂凛、次があるのならもっと出来のいい監視役を仕掛けなさい。翡翠の鳥程度の使いまではさくらは欺けない。技量でこそあなたに及びませんが、直感という才能はあなたと同格なのですから。
そうご忠告感謝するわけどその様子じゃ忠告だけってわけじゃなさそうね
もちろん自分が帰ってくるまであなたを外に出すなとさくらから。
Rin clucks her tongue. She can't do anything now. By herself, she cannot defeat or escape from Ryder. She can only stay here, just as Sakura planned.
本当に頭きた一人じゃできないからあいつが助けようとしたのに結局一人で解決しに行くなんてね
抵抗しないのですか。潔いのは結構ですが意外ですね。
外に出なけりゃいいんでしょどうせあなたにはかなわないしさくらが帰ってくるまでおとなしくしてるわ
She sighs and leans against the wall. There's no will to fight. Rin relaxes, looks down, and
けどライダー言っておくけどあの子はもう帰ってこないいいえ帰ってきたところで私たちの知ってる麻藤さくらじゃなくなってるわ
mentions the worst possible future with the cold voice of a Magus. Second interlude. My chest hurts. My heart has been sending me a danger signal for a while now. The heart spits out blood to the rest of the body, raging around as though saying, "It'll blank if it moves anymore." My throat hurts. It feels like I'm swallowing needles every time I take a breath, so it's too scary to breathe. I'm already oxygen deprived, so intentionally limiting my breathing is like suicide. My limbs don't move well because they lack oxygen. I made it this far with unsteady steps, but I might fall unconscious at any time. Fuck. The thought brings back my strength. I can't fall here. Sneaking out would become meaningless. I need to settle my match. I have to stop the old man that made me a master, even if it cost me my life. I steady my breathing. It's fine. It's not hard. It might be hard for others, but it's no problem for me. I'll just have to look at him like I do every night at dinner and shake my head. And that old man's scheme will end. I don't think about what will happen to me after I disobey the monster. If I do, I won't be able to go through with it. So I stop thinking too much. Fortunately, the memory in my head is vague. I won't remember what I'm doing now in the next instant, so the fear is relatively small. I'm more amazed Sakura was able to bring herself all the way back to her own home. She couldn't walk at all. She was bedridden. Walked through my house, which I haven't been in a few days. A dark house. I looked through my scattering memory, but I can't remember the house ever being bright. It's just like always. It's damp, degenerate, and viscous like always. But...
そんなどうして
Did she come as a shadow? But it's not as expected. Grandfather's presence is not in the house. The worm's presence cannot be felt anywhere. Or maybe not. I hold myself upright and look around the empty living room. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. That old man is not in the house. His laughing voice is not in the basement.
嘘どうして
It doesn't make sense. Grandfather, Mato Zoken wants me back. But he couldn't do anything until now because I was in the Emiya household. So now should be his best chance. He'll definitely come and try to turn me into a holy grail if I'm alone. So why isn't he coming out? My consciousness is fading away. That's bad. I have to see Mato Zoken before I fall asleep, before Emiya Shiro goes into action. I have to see him and end it right now. It'll be over once I see him, so why isn't he appearing today of all days?
知ってたはずなの
Right, there's no way he doesn't know. He's always watching me. He can find me no matter where I hide or how far I run. He knows he can easily catch and control me. He never considers the possibility that I might resist. He only treats me as a tool.
なのにどうして
There's no way he doesn't know. It shouldn't even matter that the priest removed some of my crest worm, because that's just insurance. He's watching my actions using a more reliable method. He knows my current condition. He's even listening to my heartbeat. He knows I'm alone here and that I left Ryder behind. Because he's...
Sakura.
Oh, God. A voice comes from right behind me, and...
兄さん
right when I realize it's Nissan and turn around. Of course. I don't stop until I reach the church. I was breathing hard when I was running down the hill, but my fatigue went away by the time I got into the intersection. Even I'm surprised by how well I'm doing. Even though I took the shortest route, I ran full speed for 5 kilometers from my house to the church.
感心してる場合じゃないだろう今は。
I head to the entrance. I pull myself together, rating myself to have Kotomina talk if he knows everything. The priest is in the chapel. It seems like he's been waiting for me.
おやどうしたエミヤシロ身体極まって神に祈るなどと卑怯な男ではなかったはずだが終始替えかな
And he offers an absurd welcome.
ふざけろ。あんたの闇に付き合ってる暇はないんだ。おしゃべりがしたきゃ一人でやってろ。
ほうなるほど確かに余裕はなさそうだなその体でよくここまで来れたものだよどうかな長話なら奥に移らないかお前とて立ち話はつらかろう
結構だ。それより答えろ、琴峰。あんた、さくらが聖杯だって知っていたな。
当然だ あの娘の体を開いてみたのだからな。あれが魔頭造剣によって調整された黒い聖杯だということは分かっていた。
The priest plainly answers.